For Imam Al Gazali, one of history's most profound theologians and mystics, love mahabba isn't just a fleeting emotion. It is the ultimate purpose of the human soul. He dedicates an entire book to this subject, Book 36 of the Ihya Uloom al-Din, the revival of the religious sciences, titled On Love, Longing, Intimacy, and Contentment. Ghazali argues that love is a natural result of knowledge. You cannot love what you do not know, and the more deeply you understand the perfection of an object, the more intensely you love it. First, the five causes of love. Ghazali identifies 5 primary reasons why humans feel love. He argues that while we apply these to worldly things, they all find their absolute perfection only in Allah. Love of self. Self-preservation. The most basic form of love is the desire to exist and remain in a state of well-being. Since Allah is the ultimate creator and sustainer of that existence, the soul should naturally love the source of its being. Love of a benefactor. We love those who help us or give us gifts. Ghazali points out that every blessing, health, wealth, family is actually a gift from Allah. Humans are merely the delivery drivers. Love of beauty. Ghazali famously states that Allah is beautiful, and He loves beauty. He distinguishes between outer beauty, physical form, and inner beauty, character and knowledge. True love is drawn to the spiritual beauty of the soul. Love of excellence. We admire great scientists, heroes, or virtuous people, even if they never helped us personally. This is an attraction to perfection, and since Allah is the only perfect being, He is the most deserving of this admiration. Love of affinity, hidden kinship. Sometimes people feel a spark with others for no apparent reason. Ghazali views this as a spiritual resonance between souls. Second, the degrees of love, from human to divine. Ghazali doesn't dismiss human love for a spouse, child, or friend, but he views it as a ladder. Metaphorical love, loving things in the world. This is healthy if it leads you to appreciate the Creator. Real love, al-hakika, loving Allah directly. For Ghazali, any love that doesn't eventually lead back to God is a form of ignorance, because the worldly object will eventually perish or disappoint. Third, the signs of true love for Allah. How do you know if your love is genuine? Ghazali provides a litmus test for the lover. Preference. You prefer Allah's command over your own desires. Remembrance. You cannot stop thinking about the beloved dhikr. Intimacy. You find peace in solitude, prayer, meditation, and feel crowded when away from the remembrance of Allah. Love for Allah's creation. To love the artist is to love their work. Therefore, a lover of Allah loves all of humanity and nature. Fourth, the goal. Ma'rifah, gnosis. Ghazali concludes that the highest form of love is rooted in ma'rifah, deep experiential knowledge. He uses the analogy of light. Just as you can't see colors without the sun, you cannot truly see or love reality without knowing the light of Allah. Whoever knows himself knows his Lord, a central theme in Ghazali's psychology of love. Key reference. Primary source, Ihya Uloom al-Din, the revival of the religious sciences, Volume 4, Book 36. Recommended translation, Al-Ghazali, On Love, Longing, Intimacy, and Contentment, translated by Eric Ormsby, Islamic Text Society. To cure a heart that has become overly attached to the material world, al-dunya, Al-Ghazali proposes a psychological and spiritual detox. He views the heart like a mirror. If it's covered in the soot of worldly desires, it cannot reflect the light of divine love. His step-by-step method for redirecting the heart's affection. First, the realization of the perishing. Ghazali's first remedy is intellectual. He argues that worldly love is often rooted in a delusion of permanence. The logic. He asks the seeker to contemplate the end of their beloved object, wealth, status, or a person. Since everything in the world is subject to decay, loving it exclusively is like building a house on a wave. The shift. By constantly remembering death, the karo maut, the sweetness of worldly attachment turns into bitterness, making it easier for the heart to let go. Second, the practice of opposition, muhada. Ghazali is a proponent of spiritual homeopathy, treating a condition with its opposite. For greed, if the heart is attached to wealth, the cure is mandatory and voluntary charity, sadaqah, until the pain of giving disappears. For status, if the heart is attached to the praise of others, the cure is to perform anonymous acts of service, where no one can see or thank you.